Namo Amida Buddha. Thank you so much for dropping by this video. So this is day 2 on my 40-day journey of putting aside all my other spiritual, religious beliefs and focusing just on the Buddha Dharma, and specifically the Shin Buddha Dharma. So my reflection today is I kind of feel a bit like a different person. I'm just I'm thinking in very different ways. I'm thinking about the roots of karma, that every action sows a seed, and more so, I think I'm really just starting to rely on Amida Buddha. I've spent all my life relying on myself, or occasionally relying on friends, relying on a spiritual teaching. But now I'm starting to really rely on Amida Buddha, just as I go throughout my day. Asking for help. But even more so, I'm not a monk. I'm no saint or no monk. And more, I'm just noticing this focus on Shinjin, on the faithful mind, that is the goal of this particular form of Buddhism. And the goal being rebirth in the Pure Land. And but I just find myself more and more saying, yes, that's the most important thing. And then I get distracted, and then I come back, and I can really say in my heart that Buddhahood, and particularly being reborn in the Pure Land, is my path to Buddhahood, is the path to Buddhahood that speaks to me, is becoming more and more the most important thing in my life. And it's interesting because it's not like, in the past I've said, oh, enlightenment's the most important thing, so I've just tried to meditate all day. This is very different. This is more as I go throughout my day, being mindful of that, and just living life with that awareness, that sort of taking care of what needs to be taken care of, but not seeking. I think that's the thing that's very different, is I'm not, if something isn't essential, I'm kind of losing interest in it. And just really being drawn to just whatever's needed to help me stay balanced as a person, but not really seeking a lot of extra things, seeking excitement or romance, or I think because that seeking desire is just all going towards this gentleman. So those are my reflections on day 2. And just be clear, it's not like this is perfected by any means, but it's quite radical, the shift that's happening in me. And really, really reflecting. Part of what's doing this is I'm really reflecting on just how painful samsara is. I've suffered a lot just in this one lifetime. And this lifetime isn't over. And plus there's the death, and then the bardo state, and then the next lifetime. So that's part of what's driving me, is really this reflection on suffering. And again, not just the suffering of this one lifetime, but the suffering of what lies ahead. So that's really drawing me to Amida Buddha, and to the desire to complete this journey through samsara. So thank you so much for dropping by. Namo Amida Buddha.